So, hi, Brigid. Welcome to the Positive Passionate Businesswomen Getting to Know You series. I've called it the Hello You series, and I'm asking 15 questions in 15 minutes. So, I'm Kylie. My business is Hello Media, and my meetup group is Positive Passionate Women in Business, because I'm all about connecting women so that we can collaborate, support each other, and help each other grow so that we can all give more. So thank you so much for being with me here tonight. And I'm really looking forward to this. And 15 questions with you. Do you feel ready to go?
Yeah, I'm pretty ready.
Great, let's go then. Okay, so this is for everybody watching. This is Brigid, owner and founder of Move to Nurture Pilates. You'll find out a little bit more about that as we go along. But I'd like to say hi and welcome. So the first question is, tell me something about yourself that others might be surprised to know about you.
Well, I've had a long and winding path of work, and you might be surprised to know that I have worked as a clown and an urban strategic planner. So yeah, that's something that not everybody expects. My career's kind of spanned a whole range of skills, and I've written strategic plans for big cities, and I've entertained people as a goofball.
I love that. I think that's wonderful. I feel like we need 2 more interviews just to explore clowning, for example. There's a lot of fun going on with that, I'm sure. So if there was something, oh, bet it is. If there was something in your past that you were able to go back and do differently, what would that be?
Oh, heaps of things. I would have had kids younger. I left it really late, and then that was really hard. But if I'd done that, I probably wouldn't have had time to be a clown. So, yeah, have kids younger would have been something I would have done differently.
Right. And what do you love most about what you're doing now as a Pilates teacher and business owner?
Oh, I love a lot about it. It's wonderful to come back to work that completely fills me up and fills my soul every day, which is just fantastic. I started as a dancer in my early career and did a lot of theatre and clowning and, constantly moving, and then went into desk job kind of world. But I love that I get to move every day, and I get to, my whole business is called Move to Nurture. So my whole approach to moving and exercising is about nurturing our bodies. And so I get to do that for myself, because if I don't do that for myself, then I can't do it for anyone else. So I move in a nurturing way every day, and then I share that with other people. And I really love when I can work with someone and or groups as well in mat classes, and people start to feel their bodies much more from the inside and start to understand their own alignment better and start to understand how to move to have less pain and less discomfort. And so I love watching people get stronger and more connected to their bodies, and the confidence and the joy that comes with that is just so fantastic. So I love all of that.
Making a difference in people's lives, just
really. And I love that it's not a thing. I love that I am in an experience, give people an experience. I think there's a lot of things in the world. So I love that what I do is really about quality of time, quality of life, quality of experience, giving people a sense of life, getting deeper, richer, more connected to their own home. This is our home. This is the only one we've really got, our bodies, and the peace that we can make with that and the joy we can find in our own bodies is just exponential. Like, it just leaks into everything else in your life when you have that. So I love that. Absolutely love it.
Listening to you talk. And I have to say, that line that you just said with, I'm not a thing, I'm an experience, that just totally grabbed me. That was like, wow. I just loved that. Thank you for sharing that, Brigid. That's beautiful.
You're welcome.
So what do you love least about what you do?
Oh, see, I've been thinking about this question. It's a really tough question. I don't know that there's anything I really don't like about what I do, but there's definitely things I find harder than other things. So the things I find harder are writing about what I do and explaining what I do to people. Why is it different to something you might get at a gym? You know, why is it different to something that you might get at a physio? So explaining that lightning in a bottle of what I do and trying to, you know, I can feel it with a client and then trying to explain that to a broad audience is I'm working really hard on that at the moment, and it's really hard. And when I do kind of catch it, it's awesome, but geez, it takes a lot of sitting and, you know, getting those words out to explain it to people.
I've got a little suggestion
I find
for you.
hard. Beg your pardon?
A little suggestion for you is that I use an app called otter.ai, and that transcribes everything that you're saying. So if you have a session, a one-on-one session with a client, you could be recording it and transcribing it. Then later on you go in and then it's just all sitting there and you can just take the bits out of it that you've actually been saying when you've been.
Yeah, that is a fantastic idea. And I've been told to do like dictation where you just kind of go blah, 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 blah. And I've tried that, but I find that I just waffle. But if I'm actually talking to someone in real time, that is a really great idea, because the presence of somebody else automatically just refines what you're saying, right? Because you want to really nail it. Yeah.
Being recorded at all. And also then there's so many different posts that you can use for social media from it. Like you'll be reading it and go, wow, that was some really wise words, or wow, that was some magic right there, and just grab it out and then use it.
Yeah, that's a great one. Thanks. I will use that. That's great, because yeah, I find the writing that stuff down takes a long time, especially if I'm not in that flow, you know, I've got to then kind of find that. So I'm going to try that. Thank you.
And it's free. I didn't mention that, but did I? It's a free app called Otter.
Great.
Wonderful. Awesome. Okay.
I'm going to do it tomorrow.
Good. So if you weren't doing this, you know, as a Pilates teacher, what would you be doing instead?
If I could do anything else?
Yes.
I'd be a hot air balloon ride pilot.
They called it pilot?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure.
Yeah, I would become a hot air balloon pilot if I had life again, you know, and it was like a blank slate. That's what I'd do.
And where would you do it?
Where would I do it? Well, here's pretty good.
Tell everybody where here is.
Well, I'm in Lennox Head, so anywhere in that Northern Rivers kind of area. Yeah, I think I would do it here, because I have done it here a couple of times and it's just blown my mind. I adore balloon riding. Every
now and then, very, very early in the morning, they pass over us.
Yeah. Are you near Bangalore?
Yeah, I'm right in Bangalore, and there'll be like a big shadow that comes over the house.
And you hear
Yes, it's amazing. We'll go out there and like, wow, it's just beautiful.
So magic. Love it.
Yeah, pretty special. So what's been your biggest success in your working life? So what are you most proud of that you've done?
Well, I've done, as I said, winding path, lots of different things. I ran a theatre company in my 20s, and I ran it for 9 years, and that was in Byron Bay. So in the mid-90s. We were called Young's Entertainment. I recorded a whole lot of music for kids from that time. So we did lots of environmental education stuff. That was fantastic. And I still have all of those recordings, which I want to do something with someday, soon. And that was great achievement. Through my town planning stuff, I did some really big city regional planning stuff, which was amazing. And I feel very grateful for that time to have learned around how to do some strategic planning, because at that level, because it's quite a rare thing. That was a big achievement. And then my latest achievement has been completely walking away from that and walking away from all the identity that is in that kind of corporate life, and saying, I want to be a great mum. I want to do what I love with the support of my partner, and be brave and open a business. So
Good on you.
I'm proud of that.
What a wild ride it's been. I love it. And I love that you finished it with, then I needed to be brave to do this, be a business owner. That's absolutely wonderful. So all the experiences that you have, you know, all build up to giving you that bravery and going forth. Yeah.
Absolutely. And the fact that I had run a theatre company in my 20s, like I know this life. I know this life of getting up and making it up and sharing your story, and you know, I know it. But certainly in a government role, it's completely opposite. You know, you really don't exercise those muscles much. So yeah, I'm very happy that I've had the courage to step out and step back towards my community.
Well done. Congratulations. So who are your dream clients and what type of jobs do you like doing the most?
Well, my dream, I think I'm still really working on this and working this out. So I'm kind of 3 years into teaching. I've studied Pilates as a student for 20 years, since I was 20, and I've practiced it all through my life. But it's only in the last 3 years that I've started teaching. And so I'm really working that out, who's my ideal people. And what I'm learning is that I love to work with women. I love to work with older women, like 40s to 60s, particularly where they kind of needing some confidence in their body and not feeling super confident to get physical. Like they know they need to get strong, but they need to do it gently so that they can do it long term, right? And that's where I really like to work, and I feel like I can really help those people, because I like to work gently. I like to work very targeted. So it's not like a lot of huffing and like swinging kettlebells around. And you might not even, like if we're doing a really restorative class, you might not even really break a sweat sometimes, but you'll feel it in your body afterwards. So afterwards you'll go, ooh, yeah, okay, I can feel it. I've worked my legs. So that real gentleness and targeted work is what I love doing. So I love clients that are interested in working gently, and that are wanting to connect with their bodies and wanting to you know, come into their breath a little bit and just definitely get stronger, but also get softer at the same time. And yeah, so that's kind of where I'm feeling with who I'm working with. They're the ones that I really, really, you know, love to work with.
Isn't that beautiful when you say they're getting stronger and getting softer at the same time? That's just so beautiful. What a lovely line.
Yeah.
So what challenges do you see, Brigid, impacting your industry?
Ooh, well, and the answer to this one at the moment has got to get everybody kind of chatting, isn't it? I mean, so obviously, excuse me, I opened my business 3 weeks before COVID, and my model was based on small group fitness, like 3 or 4 people. So that doesn't work in my studio with the social distancing. So I now do duets and I do privates. Kind of a blessing in disguise, because actually that's how I really love to work. It might, you know, I might have just backed away from that or not quite had the courage to go, that's what I want to do. So that's what I have to do for social distancing. And my studio is really well set up for that. So people can be separate, but also chat. And yeah, I think that Zoom has been an incredible tool for lots of industries, but particularly for movement. So I know that a lot of people jumped online and started doing classes online, and a lot of my clients did that through lockdown. And that was fantastic. So they all went to mat work, and I had packages where people could do, you know, multiple classes a week because everyone was at home and they could just kind of tune in. And it was fantastic to see clients really get a lot stronger through that period and have that as something that they could just lock into, work their bodies, get that community support, breath, feel better, and, you know, deal with lockdown. So that was really fascinating. So, you know, particularly the social distancing is a huge challenge for the fitness industry, but I think it also brings a lot of opportunities. It's made us be much more adaptable. I've gone online, which I probably wouldn't have gone online for years, really, unless something forced me to. And I've seen how fruitful how I can teach someone online and they can get the concepts and they can fully go through the whole experience. And there's nothing sort of, it's different, certainly, but there's nothing, inferior about it, really. It's a different set of circumstances. There's less, it's great. Sometimes it's great for people not to have to drive to movement. I think sometimes it's great to really just do it in your lounge room and then you can just get on with your day without having to be in a car. So there's definite benefits to what I've learned through the process. But, it would be nice for things to be less restricted.
Yes, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a musical theatre star.
Oh, on Broadway or in London in the West End?
Broadway, like Annie, the old musicals, Pippin. I was in Chicago when I was about 15. I used to, lie in bed and dream about that.
What would have been your dream role?
Golly, well, Annie definitely. So I was actually selected for Annie at school, but then the production got canned, so I didn't get to do it. So there's an unscratched itch there, definitely. But I'm beyond Annie now. Yeah, Chicago would be fun. Again, that's a great musical.
So if you're an animal, which one would you like to be?
I would like to be a lioness if I could choose. Yeah. I think they're just so chilled and regal and loyal and lovely.
Yes, I love everything you've just said there. That's fantastic. So if you were a movie character, which one would you be and why? And I have a feeling it might be Annie from the movie.
Yeah, this is a really hard one. I was thinking about it. I was thinking, or, the other person that springs to mind is who I used to love, was Shirley Temple. So I used to watch Shirley Temple movies when I was a kid. That was my Sunday morning ritual. I think they had them on the ABC or something. And I'd sit at home and no one would bug me. I'd just watch Shirley Temple. And I think there's something about being a perpetual beginner, being a perpetual child, because I've started again a lot in my life, this kind of, now I'm going to go and do this. And so I'm very used to, I feel like a kid, even though I'm really not a kid. But I do feel like that. And yeah. So yeah, either Annie or Shirley Temple will do.
I'm right there with you on both of those, that's for sure. So if you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live?
Oh, goodness. Well, I love the European Alps. My brother lives there, so I visit there when we can. I love the snow, but I really love the ocean. And I feel very blessed to live exactly where I live right now, which is Lennox Head. But I'd love to be one of these people who did 6 months somewhere and 6 months somewhere else. I don't know how, maybe I'll do that in my later years, but yeah, I love cities like New York and London, but I would not like to live there, but I'd love to visit there or live there for a few months. But I've got lots of places I still need to see. Like I haven't been to Italy yet. And yeah, I love Southeast Asia. I love Yogyakarta and places like that. Amazing cultural cities with such incredible histories. And yeah, could travel the world for the rest of my life, really. It's not stop anywhere. I really want to go to Istanbul. That's somewhere I really need to go.
Wow. Me too, I'm with you there. So we're up to question number 13. So there's only a couple more after this one. And I'm just Oh, here we go. What does being a positive and passionate woman in business mean to you?
Well, it means being part of a community, which is I love. It means having integrity, being a leader, being generous, being brave, being kind, and thinking the best about the world, like expecting the best and giving the best, and not expecting the worst, kind of. That didn't quite come out right, but kind of seeing the positive in what can happen and seeing opportunities and leading with that vibe and giving that to other people.
Awesome. I'm already getting that vibe from you completely, Brigid. I can't wait to get to know more about you as we connect on our online meetups.
I'm thrilled about this group. I think it's just an awesome gathering. It's just great to see that exactly where people have gathered people together around generosity, and it's cool.
Yes, I feel so blessed every time I think about it to be part of it. It's awesome. So what are you most proud of in your whole life, not just in your business but in life?
Great question. Well, I did finally when I was 42 had my first baby, and so I was very, very proud of that. And I did that with my partner Wendy, and so that was very I had a lot of challenges, that logistical challenges as well as fertility challenges and all those things. So we're parents and we love being parents to our little boy. And that'll do.
That's pretty incredible. That is,
that's
friends that have gone through that journey as well, and it has been
brings me joy every day, that one.
What do you mind if I ask you what you're both called?
Oh yeah, so I'm Mummy and Wendy's Mama.
Right, because it's with our friends, it's always big discussion. One was happy to be Big Mama and the other one was Little Mama, and I was like, I would have to be the Big Mama. I'm super tall, but I don't want to be Big Mama.
No, we did talk about that before he was born, and we kind of worked it out. And Wendy preferred to be Mama. I didn't care, but I'm happy with Mummy, and it's pretty simple. So he's very specific when he's, if he's after me, and if he wants both of us, he'll say Mummy.
Oh, that's good. How old is he?
He's 5 now.
Oh, that's wonderful. So I was going to say to you, at different stages throughout his life, he'll call you whatever he wants to call you anyway. So my 17, she'll often call me Kylie or Ma, or there's many of them. And in fact, I'm still calling my mum Mummy, Mumsy, Ma.
Exactly. It
evolves.
Absolutely.
So this is your 15th question. And what's one tip that you can share of how you stay positive when things are challenging?
Well, I move. So when I'm having hard times, or I'm finding my, the way I'm responding, or I'm depressed, or I'm feeling angry, if I can get space and I can breathe, come back into my body, release expectations of what I should be doing or being or whatever, and move and listen to my body and how my body wants to move, then that's my practice. And I would love to help anybody do that. And just remember the power of movement. Movement is so underestimated in our lives right now. Like, movement can seriously transform a lot of things. So that's my medicine, and I encourage people to seek it out. It's simple and really powerful.
You're amazing, Brigid. I have thoroughly enjoyed spending this time with you. 15 questions in just a little over 15 minutes. But I'm really looking forward to it. Our next meetup is next Monday night, so I hope you can be there. And
yes, I will. I've got to check the time, but I'll be definitely intending to be there.
Cool. Getting to know a little bit more about you, and obviously they're every month, so we can see you every month, which will be awesome. So thank you so much for sharing that time with us. And
So,
it's just a pleasure and a privilege to have you here in the huddle. And for all of the people watching, if you'd like to connect with Brigid, all her details are in the caption of this post. And you can go and follow her on Facebook and check out her website and go along to a class. And if you're not here in the Lennox area, or Northern Rivers area, clearly you can connect with her online and see what comes out of that. So it's been wonderful. And I know you've got a client tonight. So enjoy that. Brigid.
Great. Thanks so much, Carly. It's such a lovely to meet you and look forward to doing more.
You too. And me too. Thank you so much, Brigid. You have a wonderful night.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.